believe it was, did we interview him last week? It's called LovConnection, and basically it's an event for singles at the meat market, literally.
Yes,
Literally.
It was really interesting. He's like,
Isn't
we
it?
get shopping carts.
Well, here it's a first singles night event. It's October 20th at Adonis grocery store in Brossard at the Quartier 10-30 in that complex. There's going to be food samples, wine and cheese, chances to win door prizes. It's $10 with $1 going to the Montreal Children's Hospital. So there's also a whole donation thing happening there. And plus you get all kinds of coupons and things like that. And I think he explained it to us, right? You put a white ribbon on your grocery cart, and that indicates that you are one of the single ones shopping that night. And then you kind of interact with other singles. I think it's kind of cool.
It's super
It's
cool.
so different.
What kind of conversation can you have? But I think it's great.
What
like,
do you
if
do
you're
with
vegetarian-
avocado? How can you
but
tell if this watermelon is ripe?
That's not what I mean. What I meant, Dr. Laurie, was that
What?
when you're looking at somebody's cart, let's say you're a vegetarian and you see that he's got lots of
meat
in his cart, or let's say you
I
eat
didn't think of that.
and you see that he's got like chips and Coke in his cart.
Or a cart filled with beer.
But and speaking of that, when it comes to relationships,
Didn't think of that.
do diets affect, like, have you in your practice seen couples argue about the food they
What I have is couples who, when they're on completely different playing fields on health consciousness. So where you have one that's active and fit and eating healthy and wants to eat healthy, and the other one who is completely not. And it becomes a real sore spot. It becomes a source of tension in the relationship, and sometimes a real turnoff to people. Because it's a value. Think about it. If you value fitness or health or things like that, and you're with somebody who maybe they never did, but maybe they did and they've let that go, I don't know, but it becomes a sore spot. I've seen that many
Because it's something
times.
that you can change. It is a value, but it's something that's easily changed with just some adjustments. Work out more or eat differently. Is it really such a sore spot that it can affect the relationship over the long term?
I've certainly seen it happen.
Really?
I've seen that on many occasions, yes. Of course, it's something that can be changed, but you can't change your partner, right? So you value it, but you can't impose your value on somebody else. If they don't value it, how, then it becomes this point of contention. So does the person value the relationship enough that they want to, again, like how do you, actually this is a very interesting point to bring up to our listeners. Maybe I'd love to hear from others. Like, what if you value health consciousness, let's just say, mind you, think everybody should, but how do you, if you don't and your partner is the junk food eater, couch potato person, and how do you handle that? Does that cause conflict in your relationship? Let's ask that question. That's a great question. I'm joined by Paris Mansouri, my co-host of the evening, and she asked a very interesting question. You brought this up as we were talking about LovConnection, the meeting at the True Meat Market thing, where when you look at somebody's basket and you see all the kinds of foods that you don't believe in, like all the junk or whatever, could that impact the judgment you make on the person? And I'm saying yes, especially if you value health or wellness or fitness or whatever it is.
So this event is a dating event, and you're shopping for groceries?
Yeah, I guess.
Essentially,
essentially you're going shop. It's between 6 and 9, and you're at Quartier 10-30 at Adonis.
So
and it's for singles.
So I wonder, because on a first date, you're always putting your best foot forward. I wonder if you're grocery shopping, you're going to buy all your.
That's interesting. Okay. Well, there's something to think about. People who are listening who are going, maybe you should do that. If you want more information, LovConnection, LovConnection.com to get more information about